Previously on the Blood-Soaked Rose. So the sections of the city are divided by walls. You have to pass a gate from the temple quarter, the poorer quarter, to the trade quarter.
I'm here to trade wares.
Shouldn't you be in Little Mahakam?
We have a contact inside. Let us through.
You can stand aside. Yes, you want to inconvenience me, sir.
Talking to people is sort of my profession.
You want to talk to this fella?
I'd like you to verbally combat this
Us
guy.
elves are not terribly bright, but I'm sure you as a human are, and you would know the quality of this fine vintage.
No fears, think you can buy us off with a little bit of wine.
I've had enough of this.
Hang on, turn around.
Oh, yes, sir.
That smile. Oh!
Did you just do that?
If we can stay at this Vard's house, the amount of guards we should be seeing should hopefully be minimal.
Bryok!
Yes, it's me.
I hope it goes without saying, Cooper, we're not here.
And now you can bring your cart into the warehouse before you detach your horses, and you have kind of a small area at the back that you can kind of make your own. I don't know, where you set up your bedrolls.
Yeah, we set up bedrolls. There are tents. We'll unpack those and set up
just very
bedrolls.
simple.
Probably make a table from, a crate and a few planks. If you want
I've got a tarp as well, which we might hang as a bit of a divider.
Yeah, good idea.
Just to
there you
give
go.
some privacy.
What do you need a divider for?
Just to give us some privacy. So that people don't accidentally look in.
Right.
People will come and go, over the days. So
I'm
you
more concerned about them looking at a box of wine and being like, that's easy to lift.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you have all your supplies in
Yeah.
there, so yeah.
I
Yeah.
can
I don't care about the mage and the witcher.
If I can lift
care about the wine that
If
can be
I
picked
can
up.
lift a barrel, I can lift some wine.
I'm rich.
As we kind of like start setting up and we start putting things together, Aurelius will take off his coat. He might just find like there's like a little crate to the side. He'll just pop his coat on there and just... Right. So we at least have a number of days that we can go here undetected for, at least for the time being. We need to find out where Rosine is, and I would prefer it if we could find out quickly. I don't fancy her chances in being able to leave this city, but, well, never trust a mage, I guess.
Will she be wanting for anything? To recharge her powers or spell components?
She may already have everything she needs. At least the last time I saw her, I don't even know the reason why she's come here in the first place, and I guess that's quite irrelevant at this point. I just need to know the best person to speak to, and whether that is Vard, whatever. Whether it is Verd or someone else, best we get to talking to someone.
Do not mages typically hang around the fancy people? Sorry I don't know these things. I'm not very smart, being an elf and all, but it's not... would not one of the dukes perhaps know of this mage? They're quite fancy people.
Rosine is...
She's an apostate, isn't she?
She's not registered. She's going to be wanting to be on the low and low as well as any of us here. There are many people looking for her, and it's not just us.
Maybe she could bargain a registration if she helped against Nilfgaard? I'm just thinking powerful people tend to attract one another. That's why I found you two. You attracted each other, and also I'm here.
Well, stranger things have happened.
We can have a look. I mean, mages are, no offense, typically posh. And they like the fancy stuff.
Thank you.
Not slumming it in the public tents. So maybe she's gone for the finer things.
In your experience, though, hunting Rosine, she doesn't really have a public face.
No.
She often sort of goes, she's spotted going somewhere and she's spotted leaving. She doesn't sort of mix with high society,
That's
lodge
exactly
sorcerers or anything like that. She tends to be self-sufficient and quite sly.
Yeah, even more so than us, she tries to keep a low profile.
She does, yeah.
This is someone that Aurelius has been hunting for the better part of 3 decades and has only found once before.
Mm-hmm.
We can ask around for a red-dressed woman, but that could be any strumpet around.
And he goes over. You can see on his gamison, there's kind of pinned there a red rose, It's a crimson rose that has like a white petal, just a singular white petal on it. And you can see it looks quite pristine. It's one that you've seen before, and it doesn't escape your notice that it is nether withered. Find one of these. She'll be close by.
That's hers, isn't it?
Calling card of the mage.
Shut. All right. Well,
Do you think Verd is someone we should talk to, or do you feel that we should go elsewhere?
I think we should probably go elsewhere. I love Verd, but he's a Cooper. His focus is on barrels, not mages.
any places where rumors are gathering.
Well, we can look in the lower districts, in the temple districts. We can look around the trade district. There's lots of rumors here. And I'm sure there's some other areas where the nobles keep to themselves. They would probably have some sort of parties. Powerful people attract each other, like I said.
Yeah.
Is there one area that we would like to start? Would we like to work together, or would we like to divide our forces?
I think we're stronger together.
For now, at least, yes. It's one of those things where Aurelius is good in high society and he can blend in well, but he's never been to Vizima before.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know this area, so he's happy to kind of rely on one who's good at tracking and one who is well-travelled.
There is a third quarter to Vizima. I know there's 3 quarters. Isn't that weird? The third quarter is the royal quarter. It's much, much harder to get into, and that's where the dukes, plural, are situated and are organizing the defense of the city. Essentially, it's where most of the garrisons are. It's where the palace is, and without good cause, you probably won't get in there unless you had some particular contact, or you could sneak in there somehow. Otherwise, yeah, you can certainly get around town and start trying to pick up rumors and news. So what I would like to do is do a little bit of narrative time. So you have at least 3 days paid up here.
Yes.
So you can spend 3 days trying to pick up some rumors. And then we can kind of go from there, and we can see what you want to do, whether you change lodgings or keep paying to stay where you are.
Yeah.
So how would you like to go about picking up rumors?
I think Eve would suggest that it's best to go along the ground and kind of follow where gossip and wives' tales and that kind of things, taverns, brothels, meeting grounds, because common people are nosy and are always in other people's business, and quite often nothing kind of escapes undetected from gossips, from town gossips.
So something like a streetwise is probably what you'd want to do to draw rumors from the common folk.
I have not got very good streetwise, but I can give it a go. The only other, I've got like monster lore and but tracking a mage is just a whole different thing. It's not really a Witcher activity.
Let's go with that one first. Like,
yeah, streetwise.
maybe we do split up and like cover different. So, like, for example, like there are maybe like I feel like a Witcher is going to be more at home in a tavern than say a mage dressed like I am. So there might be like better uses for different people.
That's a 14 streetwise for Eve. And I think she would have been through Vizima before.
Once before.
Yeah, it's a northern kingdom, and
she's old.
Well, yeah, the Dinmarv travels, and it's a huge hub of trade. So I think she would have been through here.
So there's you keep picking up this rumor that you hear, that you kind of heard on your way into the city, that non-human spies have infiltrated Little Mahakam, and their Nilfgaard's Black Ones are all amongst the people there. Whether it's true or just paranoia, you're not sure, but that's certainly something you start hearing. You don't hear anything about a lady in red or a rogue mage or anything like that. Nothing so far.
Anything about roses?
Nope. Nope.
I wonder, Aurelius would wonder, I don't necessarily think there would be a magic academy here in Vizima, but is there any sort of like kind of hub for magic or any sort of area?
Well, any kind of connected mage would be in the royal quarter.
Yeah,
which you'd need an invite to get into. Yeah, but the dukes would probably have mages in their employ for sure, but they're probably in the palace.
Would you be able to kind of wheel and deal with other mages?
I would be interested to see whether Aurelius could, whether it is in a tavern or somewhere else, get in with like someone on a lower level of the royal powers that may need the assistance of a mage, whether that's a low level duke or a soldier that finds their way in and out, just trying to find gather up a relationship with someone and offer his services, so to speak.
So you can find, say, perhaps a messenger boy
Yeah.
who runs in and out of the royal quarter and the trade district, running messages for one of the higher ups. You find this boy slightly too young to be a soldier.
I feel like Aurelius would kind of stay close to the royal district, and when he starts to get a sense of routine, and he sees the same boy running out and across, and he'll put himself in a position where he can cross paths.
Yep.
With this boy.
And do you want to start befriending them?
He'll first, are these messages of status themselves, or are they quite...
They're little orders about, summoning a certain commander to go see the Duke, or commanding movement of supplies, telling them where the wall needs to be reinforced.
Sorry, my question wasn't clear. The actual messengers, are these kids, are they using kids from lower socioeconomic backgrounds to do these messages, or are they from the palace?
They're poor kids, they just happen to have enough trust. They're not the lowest of the low.
They'd be merchant families.
They're merchant families, so they're somewhat trusted, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so they're
middle class, if you will.
They wouldn't necessarily be enticed by coin or food, per se.
Well, it's a young lad, possibly, yeah.
I think he'll find he'll be in a less busy part of the city, not bustling right by the royal towers or wherever they are, and he'll kind of, boy.
Yeah.
Could you spare a few minutes for? And he pulls out a bag. 5 crowns.
Yes. 5 crowns? Yes, I can spare a minute. Yes, I can.
5 crowns now, and 5 later if you could be helpful towards me.
Oh, well, yeah, best be quick.
And he pops the 5 crowns straight into
They
there.
disappear.
What did you say?
They disappear. You better speak quickly because he might run off with them.
He goes, I want information about a mage, a woman that you've heard of, that you've had to deliver a message for, anything of that ilk. Red hair, red robes.
No, never heard of her. Bye.
And he'll put his hand on his shoulder to hold him there.
Okay. Look, I haven't heard of them. There's mages in the royal quarter, but none of them are red, none of them are women.
And what are they do? What are the mages doing in the quarter currently?
Advising the Duke Hadron and Duke Dunnis.
Oh, so you see these people and you're around them quite often?
Well, in passing, yeah. I mean, I run in and out. The Duke has me running in and out all the time.
Do you think you could get me an audience with this Duke?
Me? No, I don't think so.
Well, surely someone you know could.
Well, I don't know. I just run messages. I just get called up. Here, take this message, boy. Run there. I'm nobody.
Well, could you perhaps pass a message for me, please?
Yep, can pass messages. What I do.
Fantastic.
He has a little business card.
And he'll whip out a pad and a note, and he'll just I haven't thought this far ahead on the plan. And he's just going to ask it's going to send a message to who are the dukes that he mentioned?
Duke Dunnis and Duke Hadron.
Duke Dunnis, Duke Hadron, Aurelius Tarnair of Grimera requests an audience with you, and he'll give a.
Grimera's in Nilfgaard.
Oh yeah, let's not do that.
Just FYI.
And you're a registered mage, aren't you?
With Nilfgaard, but they don't know
Nilfgaard,
that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They don't know that.
They don't know where he is. So.
No.
Where did
You kind of rogue yourself to a degree.
Yeah,
I was
to a
gonna say
degree.
if you because you can't even. Can you claim a school? I guess it'd be a Nilfgaardian school.
It would be a Nilfgaard, but he'll just
Okay.
say he'll just say that Aurelius Tarnair requests an audience, and you know what? Fuck it, he'll play his hand. Resine.
Okay. He takes your message and he's gone.
Great.
Bryok
is going to take his horse and his caravan down into the temple district, set up a small shop, and start trading.
Okay. Do you have a trading skill?
Yes, I do.
Roll that for me.
And while he's doing that, he's also going to try and collect some rumors.
Yeah. So we'll
Nice.
do your trading first to see how well you do.
In this game, it's called business.
Business. There we go. Business. Business.
I do business.
That's a roll of 20 for my business.
Excellent. So feel free to sell up to sort of 50 crowns worth of your supplies. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And a good market rate.
Good market rate.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
about bish for bosh.
Yeah.
Yep.
What you bought it for, or more, a little
Beautiful.
bit of profit for yourself. Yeah, for
So
sure.
50 crowns worth?
Yeah.
Cool.
Fine. If we can end this campaign with Bryok operating at profit, I'll be a
Yeah,
happy.
well, I mean that's
Consider it a win.
that's what a merchant's here for.
Oh,
He's-
I don't
Yeah.
need to find Rosine. It's fine. Bryok's doing well.
So you're a bit of a tinker. You have bits and bobs, don't you? So general supplies, tools,
Absolutely.
wood,
Knickknacks.
dried
Paddywhacks.
meats. Yeah.
Goodbye soap.
Soap. Yeah.
Oh,
soap. Yeah.
soap.
I just sold 4 loads of soap and 1 thing of rope.
Got some
Great.
clean boys and girls
Soap on a
now.
rope? Did you just invent soap on a rope?
Soap's difficult to make, and it's quite an involved process.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely some demand for soap in a city like this.
And
yeah.
also, we're all filthy. Like it's it's a gritty medieval fantasy.
yeah, yeah.
Everyone's disgusting.
I mean, a bath is its own separate service in the book. Costs like 8 crowns or something. So
I'm also going to sell 1 set of clothing.
I've realized what Aurelius has done. Aurelius is working on step 2 and hoping that you guys come good with step 1, that I can come to the Duke with something.
well,
So that's what he's planning.
you
on.
haven't done too well so far.
no.
All right. I've sold some soap to some stragglers who are coming in. I mean, the city still hasn't locked down just yet.
It's
getting close,
It's very close. Yeah.
And obviously, rope as a product for people who are about to start like building and soldiers who are about to start reinforcing. It's just a great tool to have,
Yeah.
rope. And also just a set of clothes. Maybe someone who is from outside has come in with dirty clothes and needs a refresh. Doesn't want to be caught with
especially as now it's getting cold as well. So
That's right.
Someone's a bit threadbare, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, well, it's actually going to be a cold winter this year."
Yeah, that's right. And I tell them to come back because I've got some heavy, cold clothes for you.
So I'm going to give you a couple of bits of news for free.
Great.
And then rumours will roll for.
Fantastic.
So Nilfgaard's army has halted their advance north and now are concentrating on encircling the city. By the end of tomorrow, they don't think the gate will open again at all. There'll be no in and out, because if you do, you get peppered with Nilfgaardian arrows
And crossbow.
and
Yep.
crossbow bolts.
Yep.
No one will come in and out. And you do hear one person worried that they heard that Redania might not be coming to Timeria's aid. They don't know if that's just people's fears speaking, but there's no one knows why, but there's just a worry that Redania won't be coming this winter or even come spring.
Bryok will laugh when that's introduced. Bryok will laugh
Yeah.
that off. Oh, of course, Redania's coming. That's silly. People are just worried because, because it's an outlying opportunity.
Yeah, the North will look after each other, I'm sure. The North will look after each other.
Every spring, someone says, "Oh, what if it doesn't rain this year?" But it always rains.
Oh, that's right
Oh
enough.
my
That's
God.
right enough. That's
I
right
love
enough.
this. I love this for you, Chris.
Playing a happy character.
Yes.
And how about some rumours? What would you like
Yes,
to use?
I'd like to use my streetwise. if I may.
Streetwise, yeah, go for it.
That's 24.
Okay.
My God.
Some people in the non-human area, Little Macam, elves in particular, people have started to notice that they're wearing red strips of cloth, or a red bandana,
And it's bright red. It's not.
bright red.
Yeah, it's
Like
not faded.
scarlet?
It's not a worn red. It's a red of
It has been
yes.
given to them.
Yeah.
It's a fresh red.
As if like a tailor or someone who makes like rolls of cloth had like ripping it off.
ripping
Yeah.
bits off and giving them to them. It's
Cool,
just
cool,
like
cool, cool,
that someone has noticed in passing. You know, oh, have you noticed that? Look, there's someone there with red as well.
And that's in Little Macam,
Yes.
and that's pronounced Macam.
I thought it was Mahakam.
Mahakam.
Yeah, which is the name of the main dwarven city.
Great.
That's why it's called Little Macam, because that's where the dwarven bankers and the non-humans in general are kind of foisted off to.
We're selling novelty beards.
And that's in Old Vizima. Is
No.
that?
No,
Sorry.
Old Vizima has been abandoned.
Right, sorry, pardon.
This is part of the Temple Quarter.
Temple Quarter,
It is the
right.
slummiest part of the Temple Quarter.
No worries.
And has grown even more so now that it's packed. And it's packed with non-humans.
I was gonna
now.
say, yeah, that's
Everyone
where
from
all the
Old
non-humans-
Vizima is packed in there. And it's mainly elves. There are some dwarves in there. But yeah, mainly the elven refugees have started to sort of fill that area. And yeah, someone has noticed that maybe it's a coincidence, maybe it's nothing. I swear there's a bit more. People are wearing bits of red.
Yeah.
Cool. At day's end, put the cart back together, take it up to the trade quarter,
Yep.
tuck it away, have a dinner,
Yep.
and debrief with my strange companions.
Yes.
Phil, can I retcon what my message said?
What would you like to retcon it to?
Aurelius Tarnair, Mage of Service, would like to offer his services to the kingdom.
Excellent.
Beautiful. Especially it's a good strategy for these trying times.
Exactly.
So you're offering your services to the Duke.
Yes.
Did you pick one?
What were their names again?
Hadron and Dunnis.
Dunnis and Hadron.
If you can give me a roll for their dispositions.
Yeah.
We can revisit your note if you've had a bit more of a thought while we were doing the other role playing. I'm very happy to kind of to change that narrative slightly. You would like to just offer your services to the Dukes?
He makes it clear that he's a mage of considerable power and persuasion, and he would like to offer his service. First of all, I'll get an idea on each of them. He may have heard of them before, potentially, or maybe the boy may have.
Do you have education, perhaps?
I do.
Education might give you a good idea about who these people are. Or if you can think of a different skill, I'm happy for you to argue for something.
I've got quite a lot in education.
Yeah, I thought you might do, yeah.
Oh, God. Let's try again. That is a 21.
So Hadron is the more level-headed. He's the more level-headed noble and is more experienced in governing cities and towns.
Yes.
Dunnis is a commander of men. He is a martial duke, if you will, much more hot-headed and very racist.
Great. Well, then let's go with Hadron, the more level-headed.
Okay.
And so he'll specifically have this message sent to Hadron.
You don't hear back straight away.
No, I wouldn't-
Not that day at the very least.
Again,
yeah.
this is step 2, based on what he's hoping the others come away with for step 1.
So as you come back to your little encampment in the warehouse,
Verd's little.
his warehouse,
His
with
warehouse.
Your little lodgings,
Yeah.
Verd will approach you as you're having your dinner and be like,
Is he providing meals or are we eating?
no, he's not providing food.
That's
no.
cool. Does everyone have rations to cross off?
I've got like one day's rations.
You're going to be eating into my rations, aren't you?
Yep, please keep hold of them. Food in the city is...
How much are rations?
A lot.
Great.
They will increase in price
They're five.
as the game
they're
goes
five
on.
per
Day.
ration per day.
5 per day?
Yeah.
5 crowns per day. And I do want you to track this stuff because food is a premium once the city is
Yep.
locked off.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give myself a week's worth. I've got money to spare.
Yep. I can say, you're going to take that out of your purse and
Yeah,
say
yeah,
that that's
yeah.
what you arrived with.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
I had a lot left over for in-game
That's
purchases.
okay. I'll let you retcon that for now. But
Yeah.
after that, you have to procure your foods.
Speaking of retconning, while I was around in the taverns, could I have purchased some?
Yeah.
Yep.
You can
Cool.
buy food and stuff from.
I'll give
from
myself
people.
about a week.
Okay. So yeah, give yourself food. But Verd is here to just, if you are staying a bit longer, he doesn't mind.
No.
But
Yeah.
more coin for upkeep.
Yes.
For, for the horses would be good. How much longer do you think you'll be staying?
Oh, my friend, I'm not quite sure just yet, but I will have payment up front straight away. The minute those 30 crowns are done in 2 more days, you'll be topped right up.
I'm just going to say this is after the 3 days. This is
Oh,
your
right.
3 days of
Okay.
Your 3 days of rumor gathering, and
Okay,
we're just doing a little bit of narrative time.
So we
Yeah.
cross off 3 days worth of rations?
Yes, please. Yes.
No worries.
And he's here going, well, it's been 3 days. You had your 30 crowns. So
Yeah, no worries. That's easy. I'll top him up with 5 more days.
Great.
Because I've just
You made money.
I made money, and it goes to an inn.
Excellent.
Pays for everyone's board and keep.
Someone's got to.
Yeah. Oh, those are not my rations to spend. Those are rations from the cart.
Well, I'm not sure how the two of you went, but I've started working on at least a different tactic. I potentially have an in into the royal court. We shall see how it plays out, but I've sent out a feeler to a Duke Haddon. Duke Haddon I at least know to be a... Hadron?
Yes.
A Duke Hadron. Duke Haddon I at least know to be a level-headed individual, not one I've met before, but I've left a message with him. And, presuming we have some information to go off, and he looks pointedly at the two of you, we may have something to speak with.
No luck on my end. Surprise, surprise, everyone thinks that Mahakam is full of Nilfgaard spies. Of course, where all the non-humans are. So, I think that's a moot point.
Well, they actually might be onto something, because I discovered that there in Little Mahakam, there is a collection of people with red armbands and bandanas and fresh red cloth on their personage. And it's quite interesting, really. I mean, this red kind of clothing seems to have just sprung up over the last couple of kind of days.
Sorry.
Or so it seems, at least.
Red, you say?
Oh, yes. Yes, red indeed. And so they're wearing these red cloth. And I thought, there's a mage who dresses in red. And I thought it might have been connected to us. But I got distracted and sold some more clothing. But then I had to think about it. And I thought, yes, maybe actually the red clothing might have been connected to what we are talking about.
Shut up. They're wearing red. Is that
Well, strips of red, yes.
right? To distinguish themselves to
It
each
might
other?
be some sort of like cult or band or group or just friends.
Mage.
Or they've all hurt themselves in different parts of the body and they've been strapped together to heal.
We all know how influential mages can be. Perhaps they're going around and bending the minds and wills of some of the folk in Mahakam.
If Rosine is going around gaining people into her employ, then she clearly has something planned here, and I'm beginning to suspect that maybe it is, well, if she's dealing with non-humans, then it's something that the kingdom here is not aware of.
I mean, if you were going to start a small army anywhere, making it out of non-humans is a pretty good way of doing it. I mean, we generally keep to ourselves and are looked over pretty quickly and regularly.
And soon we're going to be all locked in here.
Was there any rumblings on to what end they were holding these bands?
Nope.
Just
Soap sells quickly, though.
Someone had just noticed it. No, there's nothing else connected to it.
I just improved it.
Yeah.
Well,
You're
then-
exactly right. Yeah.
Bryok's just spinning yarns.
Yeah.
Well, stands to reason we maybe go have a bit of a wander and a gander for ourselves.
We'll have to act quick. Once the siege starts, Razim will be shooting fish in a barrel.
I wonder if it's like the big one.
The big what?
Mahakam. The little one.
You think it's similar?
Maybe. I don't know.
Have you been to Mahakam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No.
presume.
It's the Dwarven Halls.
Yeah.
It's a lovely place.
Yeah, no,
Mahakam's a slum.
Sort of a joke, but
Yeah,
also sort
okay,
of like
I get you.
the wanderings of a person who isn't super...
Yeah. Eve has not cottoned on to this.
I still
and
haven't quite got your...
Yeah.
It's good. I like it. It's
She'll just be
it's
like-
a very slightly odd sense of humour, isn't it?
Yeah.
she'll just be staring at him going, it's a piece of shit.
What, the little one?
Yes.
Oh,
It's a slum.
maybe it pooped out from the big one.
Right.
What the fuck are we talking about?
I've got no idea.
Where we have to go?
Is it nighttime? Is it heading towards night?
This is
at
the end
point?
of this day. Yeah.
Yeah.
The third
Yeah.
day ends.
The majority, the moon
Yeah,
is
yeah.
dawning on us.
If you want to go looking for them, you have to wait until the next day. We're doing a bit of narrative time. At the
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, you can spend a couple of days looking for them if that's what you'd like to do.
Oh.
Wandering around Little Mahakam.
Why ever not? We've got another. Do you say you paid for another week's worth?
I
at this
paid for
place?
another 5 nights.
There you go.
That's for sure. So, in that interest, maybe the 3 of us should venture down as a group
Yes.
to Little Mahakam
That sounds like a lovely idea.
and investigate. And maybe there are some rumors and innuendos that we can ascertain, or maybe there are some
People with red bands.
that we can interrogate, investigate, speak to.
And
peruse.
failing that, maybe I can scare up some honest work. Well, honest. For witches, that is.
Only work.
Yeah.
A witcher,
Well-
a witcher chef.
Well, there.
Roll to Cast The Blood-Soaked Rose is a Baby Beard Media production. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Discord. All our podcasts are on Spreaker, Spotify, YouTube, and all good podcatchers. You can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/babybeard. The Witcher tabletop role-playing game is property of our Talsorian Games. Used with permission.